Hi, welcome to today's video and thanks for joining me. Today we are going to talk about the biggest RSP mistakes you could make. And I just was waiting to make this video because one, it's the time of the season that I know you're going to want to hear this. But it's also just really important for you to get some information. These are the two biggest mistakes. I think you're going to love it. So why don't we get into this right away? And remember, if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is David. I'm an active advisor working with Canadians right across Canada for the last 22 years. I'm building their financial plans. I manage their money. I do their insurance, full holistic planning. So I hope you enjoy this channel. And if you like this video, you'll probably like the other ones you'll find on the channel. So check out those videos. Remember to subscribe and like to the video, but let's get into why you're here. Today, we are going to talk about the two biggest mistakes you make with your RSP. Now, I could talk about 100 different things about RSPs. I have a couple videos that talk about top 10 or top 5 RSP mistakes. And I'm sure you've seen in other channels similar kind of videos. And you're going to find why I'm saying there's only really two, because the two are the biggest ones you could possibly make. And one of them kind of takes care of everything else. So I hope you enjoy this. So let's get into the first mistake. And the first mistake is, well, you don't have a withdrawal strategy. Now, why am I saying that is the number one mistake? Well, let me put it into context for you. You've been investing money when you decided to put money into an RSP or starting to develop an RSP strategy. And the thing that you actually focus on was your deposit, right? Contributing to your RSP. How much am I going to contribute this year? And it's usually based off of what kind of tax return you're going to get in April. And so that's how you kind of made your deposit, and also a little bit of the sort of the budget that you're working with. But most people don't deposit their money to an RSP thinking how they're going to actually withdraw their money. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I see with people when they get near retirement or in retirement and they're scratching their head going, what do I do with this RSP? I don't need this money, or I have all this taxable income already and I've got this RRIF now I've got to contend with. And you really didn't think too clearly about how you were going to use it. So what am I saying about that? Let me lead you through a simple thing. You remember this website. I've shown this in some of the videos before. GetSmarterAboutMoney.ca, Canadian website. And this is a RRIF calculator, okay? So all you have to do is just go to the website, hit calculators, and go to RRIF withdrawals. And it's going to look something like this. So let me lead you through a really quick example. Let's say you have $800,000 in your RRIF when you go to retire at age 65. It's a common age. Not saying that that's when you should RRIF or when you should start your CPP. None of those things, just talking about this simple strategy here, okay? So you turn your RSP into a RRIF, you have $800,000 at age 65, and you want it to go to at least age 90 because you figured that's probably a good age for me, that I may not be living past 90. If you want it to be later, change it to 95 or whatever number you like. And we're going to say that it's growing at around 4%. Hit calculate, and then you're going to find a table like this. Now, I've moved the table all the way down to the bottom to age 90. You'll see it go from 65 all the way to 90. But pay attention to this right-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner, the ending balance. What does this mean? That this person died at age 90, and they had $365,000 in their RRIF. And they're going to lose about half of that to Revenue Canada. So that was not your plan. Your plan was not to be able to say, at the end of my days, after trying to save money and trying to keep Revenue Canada out of my back pocket, I'm just going to give up half of my money to Revenue Canada when I pass away. Now, of course, if you have a spouse, that rolls over to your spouse, but on his or her last death, that money goes to Revenue Canada. So the idea is when you start an RSP, you have to be thinking about how you're going to withdraw the money so you're not giving half of it away to Revenue Canada. So having an effective withdrawal strategy that saves you tax, but you also get to use your money through your retirement. Well, let's look at retirement accounts. When you typically you'll have a tax-free savings account and an RSP, and you're depositing your money, and those accounts are growing. And then you get to about 65 or so, and you decide to pull money out. And you can see that is a typical kind of graph for an RSP growth and tax-free savings growth. It grows in value, accumulates, and then you start to draw down on it, but you don't actually expire the RSP in a normal RRIF account. So that's why you need to do something like maybe perhaps an RSP meltdown, where when you have periods of unemployment, for instance, or low employment, income, you would start doing cash withdrawals out of your RSP. Because typically, and I'll be doing another video just on that strategy of RSP meltdown, typically what you're trying to do is if you're in a low tax bracket and you take an RSP withdrawal, that might keep you in the same tax bracket, so you're paying the same relative tax on the same amount of money. So that would be an idea to help melt down that balance before you retire. Okay, mistake number 2, this is having no financial plan. Now I save this to the end because it's really the biggest thing about investing. And you hear me say this in other videos, but I'm going to make a very clear point about this. And that is, when you have a financial plan, it has all of the formulas, all the math done. You don't need to think about it. It's going to tell you exactly how much money you have to put into your RSP, or whether you should use an RSP at all, how much you should deposit to a tax-free savings account. So many people, this is another mistake, but so many people grow their RSP but then have a very small tax-free savings account, and you need a tax-free savings account in retirement. So this is a dashboard, financial dashboard. All my clients get one, and it's created from their financial plan, where it's a big document, it's pretty heavy in terms of the material. And so what I do is I take your most important measurable goals and I put them on a one-page document, and then we review that every year. And we update the financial plan, but we also update your financial dashboard. And so you can see here has a lot of different ideas in terms of rates of return, paying down your debt. Bottom left-hand corner talks about your retirement income and how much your portfolio will generate at your retirement date. So it's not 65, it's the day you say you're going to retire. That's when I have to show you how much income you're going to have. So the financial plan is really this living, breathing document that helps you not make all of the RSP or retirement savings mistakes, okay? So that's why it's really critical that you get that done. And if you do, you'll be miles ahead. You'll be feeling confident about moving into retirement because you'll know that everything is being planned perfectly for you, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you like this video, like and share it with everybody you know. I wanted to make a quick video on the 2 most important RSP mistakes. And I always like ending my video by telling you we take care of your wealth management so you can take care of what's most important to you. Thanks again for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And thanks for all your support through this last year. The account's been awesome in all of your comments, and the way you've embraced my YouTube channel has been most appreciated. So thanks again for joining me. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.